based on the way last year ended, and I know obviously you wanted to be in the NCAA tournament and didn't get there. Is that driving you guys at all right now to prove that you belong there and are going to get back there?
Well, we certainly remember that we didn't make the tournament, but we don't focus on that or talk about it. We came in second in a great league last year, went to the championship game and had a chance to win. We lost to an exceptional Arizona team in the championship, so congratulations to them. Very proud of our players for what they accomplished last year as well as the last 3 years. Winning a few games in the NCAA tournament the year before and saying goodbye to those players was difficult because they meant so much to the USC basketball program in the last 3-4 years. So it's now an opportunity for our younger players to step up, and we have a good mix of experience and youth, and they're looking forward to this opportunity.
Did you change your non-conference scheduling as a result of what was considered a snub last year?
We schedule a very challenging schedule every year. Last year our strength of schedule was 36th in the nation, and our RPI was 34, so that means we played a very challenging schedule and did well against it. So we have, once again, a schedule we think will be in the top 40 of the country.
What do you remember about kind of that locker room with your guys once you found out that you weren't selected for the NCAA tournament?
Well, we weren't in the locker room. I remember losing the locker room after the Pac-12 championship when we came up short. Was a tough feeling because we came close, but our players had come a long way the last few years, and so that's why we were so proud of them. To lose our leading scorer, Benny Boatwright, for half the season, lose our highest draft pick, Anthony Melton, for an entire season, and what those guys accomplished to still come in second in the Pac-12 and go to the championship game and compete for it was just outstanding.
Coach Hoffer was talking about getting closure on this corruption scandal involving college basketball. Do you feel like we're getting any closer to closure on that, or do you feel like this is going to be an ongoing thing for years and years and years?
I don't know enough about it. I really don't follow it as closely as you might think. We're so focused on our players and what we're trying to do, so I'm probably the wrong guy to ask that.
From that standpoint, though, half the teams in this league have been implicated via indictment or testimony in the federal investigation. Is there a compliance issue in the Pac-12?
I don't think so, but once again, I don't know enough about what's been said and what's been done from a conference standpoint. I'd probably have to ask Larry Scott that question.
I did.
Oh, thank you.
But you feel confident with your program where it stands at this point? Our
compliance department, we have more compliance people at USC than probably every school in the country, any school in the country. So, and they're great. They travel with us, and we have a tremendous working relationship with them. And it's been like that since I've been at USC, and this is our 6th season. So, Kyle Waterstone is our compliance director with men's basketball, and he's as good as it gets anywhere.
A couple of days ago, you were talking about some injuries with your guys at the luncheon back in LA. Is there any new developments? Any guys getting back?
Yeah, we've had some serious injuries. Benny Boatwright, of course, has been out with surgery in the springtime, and we look forward to him returning for contact here in the next couple of weeks. And a very talented freshman, Elijah Weaver from Florida, he had a freak injury, stepped on somebody's foot and had to have surgery. We thought it was a sprained ankle, but unfortunately he had to have surgery, and he should be back by December 1st or within a week or two of that. So we have 2 key guys that had surgery. Then we had a lot of sprained ankles. We've had some sicknesses. We've had pink eye. We've had fevers. And we've only had 2 practices with 10 players. So it's been a little challenging September and October for us.
With Benny in particular at this point, I mean, are you crossing your fingers when he gets back out there, just something else doesn't happen with him? It seems like he's had so many different things.
Well, I think Benny is very determined this year to come back and have a tremendous senior season. He puts a lot of time and effort in. He loves the game of basketball, and he wants so badly to be out there. And as soon as that knee is 100%, which we were hopeful in the next two and a half weeks, so he'll be out there competing at a high level.
How big a key do you think he is, if he's healthy, to what this team can be?
Well, we need our best players and our experienced players to play this year. Last year, as I said, we lost to Anthony Melton the entire season, who was a draft pick, and Benny for half the season. But we were still able to come in second in the league and go to the championship game, and that's a credit, as I said, to the other players on our roster. we were a little deeper, we had more players on our team last year, so we were able to withstand two starters going out for the season. And this year, we need our players to play, and they need to produce, and they need to help us win games.
Have you noticed, I mean, are there anybody in particular, guys in particular that have kind of stepped up? Because there's a number of guys you have that are getting bigger opportunities, it seems like.
Well, I think this is an exciting team because there is such a great opportunity for players that had lesser roles last year from a minutes played or being relied upon on a nightly basis for scoring, rebounding, defense, etc., to now step up and have an opportunity to be the reason why we win games and do it as a team. So Derek Thornton is experienced point guard. We're expecting huge things from him this season. Shaquan Aaron's back for his graduate year. And, of course, Benny's a senior. Jonah Matthews and Nick Rakocevic are other two juniors. And Jonah's improved dramatically. He's a really good basketball player. And Nick has an opportunity now to be a full-time contributor and without Chimezi Metu on the other side of the court with him. So it is exciting for our younger players as well because they have an opportunity to earn minutes and elevate their games as well.
What is kind of your expectations for the season? You guys lost a lot of guys. Do you feel like you guys can continue this upward trajectory that you've had these last 3 or 4 years this year?
Our goal as a coaching staff was to build a program at SC where we bring in talented young men, help develop them, and put them in a system to succeed. And wherever that takes them, it's really going to be on a couple of our players this year to help our team develop a unity that we had the last few years because we don't have the great leaders. We lost them to the NBA. And that's the biggest thing I think for our team this season is how to develop that team chemistry and to withstand some of the pressures of an extremely challenging offseason or out-of-conference schedule and then a league schedule.
Does it feel like conference-wise, maybe there's not the dominant team there's been coming to be a team that brings back 4 or 5 starters coming off return, maybe a few more unknowns, at least at the top of the conference?
Well, I think it is different from last year because Arizona had everybody back. We had everybody back last year for the most part. I know UCLA had a lot of returnees and a couple other teams. So it is a little different this year where there are a lot of unknowns. And that's a great thing about college basketball. As players move on to graduation, to go play in the NBA or overseas, there's an opportunity now for other players to step up and really try to be successful.
Coach, you still have 9 returning players. I mean, which veteran has to step up the most?
I think our upperclassmen have to have great seasons for us. Derek Thornton at the point guard, Benny Boatwright, of course, off his injury, and then Jonah Matthews, Nick Rakocevic, and Shaquan Aaron. We have talented sophomores and freshmen, and they'll certainly play a lot of minutes for us. But our veterans, because they have the experience, you usually win at this level with experience, and you have to have the talent level across the board. But if you look at the teams that do well, they usually have experience.
How have guys like Jonah and Benny improved as leaders throughout their time here at SC?
Well, they both love the game of basketball. There's some players that love what basketball brings them more than the game itself. Those 2 young men that you mentioned love the game of basketball, and they wake up every day and they figure out how to become a better basketball player, and they show up, and we've never had to coach effort. They work out on their own, and they're just really fun to coach.
Well, we came here up from SC. We were at Annenberg. Is there anything you'd like to say to the folks back at University Park campus?
Well, the fact that you drove up this morning, you come here for media day, and you drive back tonight, that's impressive, okay? And if you ever want to be an assistant coach, we may take your resume now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You mentioned guys like, guys that you had on the leadership last year, someone like Jordan Mclaughlin, who was really a huge leader on your team. Is his leadership skills kind of rubbed off on captains like Jonah Matthews and Benny Boatwright?
I think having a leader like Jordan Mclaughlin in your program for 4 years was a huge lift and really a big reason why we're here today with the success the last 3 years our team has had, because the players that came in behind him with Benny and Chimezi and Elijah Stewart was in Jordan's class, those guys set the tone with their work ethic, and they led by example. And the players that now come in have seen that. Chimezi Metu and Jordan Mclaughlin graduated in 3 years. And Chimezi had a 3.1 GPA at USC. It was pretty special. And then Jordan's one of the few guys in Pac-12 history to have over 1,700 points, 700 assists for his career. And to see their work ethic every single day. Chimezi didn't miss a practice in 3 years. And he was in the gym at 6 a.m. And Jordan spent so much time in the film room, video room, learning how to become a complete point guard. And Elijah Stewart and even DeAnthony Melton last year, and of course Benny. So our younger players don't have to look far to see what a true leader is by example, and we're hoping that they can do that and continue to do that for the freshmen that come in.
Coach, with the passing of Tex Winter, former USC alum, what is his impact on basketball, not only from the professional standpoint, but from USC? Well,
Tex is an icon in our game. I'm a big history buff as far as it comes to college. I'm from a basketball family. My father coached for a long time at the high school and junior high level. So whenever you have someone pass like that, you just take a step back and realize how fortunate we all are to have this opportunity and where I came from and had great guys, coaches around me and mentors, and Tex was certainly one of those to a lot of people. And I didn't know him that well personally, but I certainly respected him for what he's done for our game.
Absolutely. Thank you.